We're an alto bridge, and this is Rise Today, my favourite song of theirs and the lead single from Blackbird. I'm not very well versed in their kind of back catalogue in terms of songs from memory, but I do know that this one is my absolute favourite. We've just turned things up loud actually. We've been doing the cool intro. So it comes around a few times. You've got these chords here, these extended chords. That's the Mark Tremonti variation, and then we had this from Miles Kennedy. So we'll dive into the chorus now because it gets pretty loud. So once you've done this slide down on the 12th fret, you're hitting this D here. Now there's two ways of playing this. Miles Kennedy plays it with the pure D. Whereas Mark Tremonti plays the full chords at the bottom. We'll stick with the Miles Kennedy variation for various reasons, but it's the kind of more simple version, and he gets the first solos later on as well. But you're doing a D chord without the top F sharp, so just... And Miles Kennedy used his thumb a little bit just to mute the bottom strings. The pattern is like this. And then next you've got this C chord. Again, Mark Tremonti does that up here. But we'll go for the Miles line. When you're doing this last bit before you change chord, the note isn't really that heard because you're moving to your next chord, which happens to be this F. So it goes a little bit like this. So this next bit is played with a first finger, barring across all those third frets. And then a first finger moves here. You can also use your thumb to mute the bottom string again. The next bit is Miles Kennedy's chord with this fifth here. Talked about this one in a previous video. Third finger on that 5th fret. 2 open strings. 3rd fret here. 5th. That's Miles's part as we run it through. Mark Tremonti, interestingly, when Miles Kennedy does this kind of G to the D drop, Mark Tremonti does this. And he's the only guitarist who does that, which is super interesting. So let's just run it through one more time. This is the Miles Kennedy line again from this turnaround section. Now you hear over the top this pattern that we've had before from the beginning. Just before we get into the next part where it kind of continues to be heavy. The first little solo lines. There's a really cool slide up that Miles Kennedy does. I'll just grab my little slider here. He usually does it on the mic stand and he just goes. It's really cool. How awesome is that? We're just going to pause here as we hit page 2 of our tab. This is Alter Bridge's Rise Today. Some really cool lines in here. I just really like the chorus, and I often opt for the Miles Kennedy line just to see how well I can control the sort of epic out of controlness of it. Whereas the Mark Tremonti lines are a little bit more straightforward, I think. having said that, he gets it wrong. But yeah, it's very much just moving this particular shape around the neck, which is cool, but I like the Miles Kennedy kind of subtlety in the chord arrangements, like this one. Anyway, we'll see you in part 3 of this series, but thanks for watching so far.